Welcome to Below Average Picks. I'm your host, Will Tracy, joined as always by Dylan DeFranza. How are you feeling today, Jill?
What's going on? Doing well, doing well.
Very nice. This is Below Average Picks. As I said, we are in week 8 of the 2024 NFL season. Weird season so far. Not a lot of good teams out there, honestly. A lot of these games have been kind of mediocre that we've been picking and watching. But regardless, we're here to make some money. I'm feeling a bit better in the voice category this week. Hopefully that helps you guys. Still no Mike, working on that. But it's episode 4. Come on, give us a break here. We're hoping to get an in-person episode out to you guys in about a month here during Thanksgiving break. But until then, we're stuck on Zoom, and y'all are just gonna have to deal with it. I'll get a mic soon. I think that's about all I want for the intro here, Jellyman. We can roll into last week.
Yeah.
I have been really hot all season, so last week was a tough. I just regressed back to the mean. I think it was tough to keep that streak up, but I had some bad plays out there. I got my card up here. Lions plus 1.5 was a really good pick. We both felt strong about that. The over in the Titans-Bills game was also one of my stronger picks. Felt good about it, and then I missed on everything else. Giants are horrible at home. Jets 0 for 2. Just can't get that team right with the under and their spread. Chiefs-Niners still, and I think the Chiefs are actually good at football.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels good to have a good week. Like past couple of weeks, I think I was like 4-8. So it's finally good to have a good week. Like you said, Lions were good. Bills they were shaky first half, really picked it up in the second half. First under that I've taken this year hit with the Giants-Eagles. Jets are just in shambles.
Yeah, that was bad.
Chiefs are still good, and Packers-Texans
We
picked
both
the winning
missed on
team.
that. Yeah.
Got hooked on the line, so
Could have been an easy 3-4 for me. Like that's bad, and I added the extra pick. Just a lot of things went wrong. But we're gonna get back on the horse this week. This week, actually, I'm not feeling great, but we can get into later. Let's show the year-to-date total.
Yeah.
So people know they're still making money with me. Jelly, you're a bit behind.
Yeah, but hey, 8-10 looks way better than 4-8. So I'm glad I put together a good week. Could have been better. Like I said, the hook, and then the Jets being up 15-6 and not scoring again. Tough, but
tough game.
Still a good week. So I'll take it.
Tough game to watch. Yeah, feeling good this year. The slate's been weird for sure. Weird year, but feeling good. This slate's going to be interesting for me. I'll summarize it at the end because I don't want to spoil all of my picks, but I feel like a bit of a square this week. But honestly, the square bettors have been hitting hard this season.
They have. Public has been winning a lot.
Yeah, I'm hoping this week it's not the time that it changes because I feel like a lot of these bets I'm squaring on.
Yeah, I mean, on my side, really like the slate last week. It showed this week not too many games I'm too confident in, or I think I got one game that I really want to hammer in on, and then the rest are just more so good leans that I have. So we will jump right in. First game of the week, Eagles at Bengals.
Yeah, we got Eagles at Bengals. The Bengals are 2.5-point favorites, according to this line here, which I like. I like it at 2.5 because I'm going to tell you I'm on the Bengals. We're going to have 5 total games for you. The Eagles just beat up on the Giants. I just think the Giants are bad. They're just not good. I don't think the Eagles are anything special. The Eagles coming off back-to-back wins against 2 bad teams. I think the Bengals are legit, and I think they'll start playing like they always do as the season progresses very well. And I think that they'll win at least by a field goal. Probably a touchdown more, I'd say, is what I'm feeling, especially at home, getting into the later part of the season here. They'll get their stuff together. So I'm rolling Bengals. If you get at 2.5, I love it, but I'm taking it at 3 too.
Yeah, getting the home team less than a field goal spread. This is one of 2 games that I really like. I'm taking the Bengals at home as well. I think their 3-4 record isn't showing how good that they've played the last couple of weeks. And on the flip side, I think the Eagles are kind of like a fake 4-2. Who would they really beat in? Cowboys, Browns, barely beat the Browns. So I think Sirianni's kind of on his way out. I don't think he's coaching this team too well. And I think Joe Burrow's been looking good past couple games. So I'll take the home team less than a field goal for sure. So
love it. Yeah, I like that game. That might be my favorite game on the card as well. I just think it reminds me a lot of the Lions game last week. It's just like it's a bit of a square pick maybe, but I just think this is the better team, and it's 2.5, not much, and they're at home. So I really like the Bengals in the spot.
Yeah, like not saying that like the Eagles aren't a good football team. I just don't think that they're as good as the record shows, and vice versa with the Bengals. So home team, Joe Burrow's playing well.
Yeah, I like it.
Them. All right, next game we got Packers at Jaguars, +4.
Yeah, Jags are the home team here. +4, we're going to be in the Florida Heat. Green Bay is traveling southbound. Regardless, I still like the Packers a lot. I like them a lot this whole season, really. They should have covered last week against the Texans. One didn't cover the hook. Maybe you were looking at like a push or something. I don't know where the spread was jumping throughout the week. Today is Thursday. Again, we say it every week. So if they change, deal with it, whatever. But I'm going to take the favorite again here. I like the Packers. I think they're going to win. I don't think the Jaguars are very good. I think the Packers are very good. And, being at home and 4-point dog, it's a lot, especially with that big of a difference in the part of the country that they're traveling to. But I think the Packers are really good at football. So another square pick out of me. I'm going Packers -4.
Yeah, I think we're 2 for 2, riding the same bets. I'm also on the Packers. I think, yes, Trevor Lawrence has been playing well. He should have way better stats, but they drop a lot of touchdowns. But either way, I think the Jags secondary is just too bad. I'm pretty sure they are actually dead last in passing. So for someone like Jordan Love, who's a high clip, tossing it down the field a lot, he should be able to put up a lot of points. And also like Jordan Love's like negative on like turning the ball over, throwing picks. Like the Jags secondary has 1 pick this year, so I think that helps Jordan Love out a lot with his deep shots. Only thing, Jags D is pretty good against the rush. Like if they can limit Jacobs, then that might throw the passing game off a little bit. But I think the powerhouse offense for the Packers should prevail.
Yeah, I agree. I think their offense is really good. At every position they're solid in, and their defense is good too. I think they're a very good football team. Jordan Love's, I think he's throwing a pick in like almost every game, multiple picks in almost every game this year. But like you said, Jags DBs aren't that good this year, and he'll start dialing it in a little bit.
Yeah. Next game we got Colts at Texans.
We got 5 total games here. We're rolling through it. Every pick for me is going to sound like this. 5 is it's a number. It's not 10, but it's a beefy number. There's some beef there. I still think the Texans are better than the Colts, especially at home. I like them in this spot. I'll lay the number. I'll lay the 5. It's the theme of the week. I think they are the better team, and I don't think the Colts are going to be able to cover in Houston. So I'm going to roll with the Texans here.
Yeah, it kind of seems like we might be on every single game together. I'm taking Texans -5 as well. It's basically a rematch of week 1 where Texans barely won. But I think if you go back to that game, it's kind of like a fluke. I think you have AR throwing 2 6-yard touchdowns. That game, Texans had more yards than them, all that. So I think just basically how AR has been playing recently, it's been throwing a lot of picks, hasn't been looking too good on offense. I'm going to back the Texans again as well. Yeah. JT might be back, I think, but doesn't really change too much for me because week 1, again, I think he only had 50 yards. So I think the Texans D will kind of game plan around that, same as week 1 to stop JT. And I don't think Richardson will have the same caliber of game as he did week 1 with those deep touchdowns.
No, his game wasn't even that good week 1. He just got lucky on 2 balls. I think he
got
9 passes total. So he's not very good. JT coming back could pose a little bit of a threat just because he's a great running back, and that adds a whole new facet to AR chucking the ball deep. But like you said, I just don't think especially in Houston this week, I think the Texans will win easily. I don't think the Colts are very good.
It's also Stroud is 10-3 at home, so I mean, I like that even more. I think
Love it.
Stroud. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, no
Stroud,
Nico.
that Texans offense. No Nico, but Mixon's been playing well. Diggs has been getting a lot of targets. I think that they'll be just fine. I don't think the Colts D is anything, too good to write about anyways. So
It's soft. Yeah, it's soft.
I'm not too worried, honestly. Even if JT plays, I think they will focus more on that and try to make AR, throw, because like you said, week 1, I think it was like 9 of like 16, and like the points were off like 2 deep.
Yeah, it was all messed up. Yeah,
Exactly,
you can't go by
yeah.
week 1. All right, I like our picks here. We can roll into the penultimate game of this card. The Browns are back on the card, baby.
Browns are back on the card. This was a game that I actually texted Will about to put on the card late. I'll start it off. I think I'm back in Browns plus 8.5. I know I said I'd never take them. Shoot me if they were wherever on the card, but I think it's just a good spot for them. Jameis playing, well, I mean, like, he has to be a better upgrade than Deshaun Watson. AFC North matchups are usually very close, Like, if the line drops, like, below 8, like, maybe stay wary of them. But as of right now, like, it's kind of a hard line to pass up. Ravens on a short week. They played prime time. They traveled the last 3 out of 4 games. I think, fatigue almost halfway through the season, could catch up onto them. And like, the Browns still have a good D. I know it hasn't shown this year, but I think that they will be able to, stop Derrick Henry, which I feel is like the Ravens' like strong suit for every game now. Just feed Derrick Henry, then have Lamar scramble or like pass it. So I think the Browns are pretty good against the run. Limit Henry and a new spark on offense with Jameis throwing it. Give me the home dog in the divisional game. Too good to pass up, in my opinion.
Give me the Ravens.
Ravens.
I'm
First
on the Ravens.
game that we're not on together. Okay.
I know. I'm on the Ravens this week. Minus 8.5. I think. Well, I think this line it was 10.5. Jameis got announced to start, and now it's 8.5.
Yeah.
I love Jameis, but he hasn't played in a long time. We haven't seen him on the field. He's got to be better than Deshaun, but still, I think it's a little overhyped maybe right now. His addition, I don't think it'll honestly. They got no weapons after trading Cooper. Njoku's solid. Chubbs, you could tell he was a little slow last game. Still, obviously coming off the ACL or whatever he had going on, like 3 different things. So I don't think their weapons are enough to really do too much against this. The Ravens defense is insane. They fly and they hit you. They give up a lot of points to the Bucks, but a lot of that was like garbage time. Like they were in it. Marlon Humphrey's a stud. Roquan Smith like kills people on the field. It's insane. I think the Ravens are the best team in the NFL, and I think the Browns are one of the worst teams in the NFL. So even though it's a divisional game in Cleveland, large spread, I am going to lay the big number here and roll with the Ravens. I think they'll win by at least 10. I think they'll kind of blow them out. I think they're going to start rolling here. They're very, very good.
Yeah, well, kind of going off what you were saying, like, yeah, I don't really expect the Browns to put up too many points, but I think there won't be too many points in general. Like, I think an 8.5 for the type of game it is. That's why I'm rolling with it. Like, I think Jameis throws it way better than Deshaun anyways. So
do you have the over under on the game?
Over under. Let me check. 2 seconds. It is. I'm not too sure. 44.5. Actually, wow, that is kind of higher than I thought.
Pretty high. Yeah, that's pretty high.
Yeah, yeah, but still, just like I'd like teams that like bring that like new spark type of player in. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily think the Browns will win, but kind of like the Eagles game, they could keep it within a touchdown-ish. So.
Yeah. It's a big number.
See.
It's a scary number. At home, divisional game, it's scary to lay that number, which is why I'm going to do it. I think I'm not super comfortable with it, so I feel good.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I got to win a Browns bet. So
I've been 2-0 on the Browns. I am. You should follow me.
I know. But I mean, just this line, I like it's calling me to take the Browns. So, all right, and that brings us to our last game. Last game on the board for us, the 4:00 game, Bills at Seahawks, +3.
You lead us off, Joe.
I'm rolling with the Bills. No DK, no Tariq Woolen, who I think are the two best players on both sides of the ball. Geno, yes, like the Seahawks can put up a lot of points. Kenny Walker obviously will be a threat, but I think with that add of Cooper, especially seeing how the Bills play that second half versus the Titans, just went off. Like Josh Allen was connecting with all the receivers, really showed me like how good Allen is this year compared to, like he's clearly a great quarterback, but that just showed like a great connection. Yes, like Titans aren't too good, but I loved how he was spreading the ball around, connecting with all of the receivers, and I think Cooper's second weekend will definitely be flowing better. And I just really think Joe Brady will scheme up a great offensive plan versus the Seahawks.
Yeah, I love the Bills. I don't know, like if I was making the spread on this game, why does everyone like the Seahawks so much? Like they're okay, but they get the most ridiculous spreads, it feels like.
Yeah, that's kind of, worrying me. I would probably have this closer to like a 6 spread. I mean, The Seahawks have been playing well. They just blew out the Falcons, which I thought was a really good win for them. So maybe it's more of like recency bias, for a shorter spread. But either way, without DK, we will have to see how Geno can play with JSN and Lockett. And then, I mean, the Bills' passing defense is still very good. They have 7 picks this year. Like, I don't know if Geno's going to be, dotting up the Bills' secondary too much.
Yeah, not without the DK distraction. I like the Bills a lot. Cooper looks like a great ad, and now Keon Coleman can get a little more open too.
Yep.
You still got Kincaid, obviously, and the other tight end, and Allen.
Shakir.
Yeah, Shakir's out there.
So many weapons for them.
So yeah, they're going to be really good the rest of the year. The only thing that concerns me a bit is like on the road going to the West Coast, 4:00 game. So it could get like a little weird maybe, just with time zone. I'm trying to like convince myself why this is a 3-point spread when the Bills look so great. And the Seahawks, I mean, they looked great last week, but the yearly intake has not been anything like they're on the same level as the Bills.
Yeah.
And I know they are home, but still it's a weird game. And I just think the Bills are going to win. And I don't think it's going to be like a 1-point game. So I like the Bills -3.
Yeah. I kind of don't agree with that fully. Like with how the line is, I kind of think they are expecting a close game, but I just can't see the Seahawks like getting that extra oomph and really winning versus Buffalo, but I think Bills will win, 5-6 points. So
yeah,
it would be hard not to take Allen, honestly.
Yeah, it's tough. Laying that number, not laying that number would be tough. Like that's a bold pick. And again, like I said, I feel like I'm just picking the better team here, which is very square-like. But it's just like it's been working this season, and it's clearly on the board. Like it's clear as day. Every pick I just made.
Yeah, so I mean that wraps up our short little week 8 slate. It was a smaller slate than usual because that is just the calibers of teams, honestly. Like I feel this year we got a lot of bad games, bad teams playing bad teams, which those can always go either way. So
yeah, weird slate, short one, only 5 games, a little quicker. And what I was going to say at the beginning that I didn't want to say is I am on every favorite this week, and you are on every favorite but the Browns.
Exactly, which
so, squares. Yeah, it's called below picks for a reason, folks.
Exactly. I mean, like just looking at the games, like I feel like we look sharp, but also taking every favorite is not
Horrible.
sharp. So I mean,
Not sharp at all. Not
so
sharp
it
at
could
all.
really go either way. But
Yeah.
like I said, my like two favorite games were the Bengals at home getting less than a field goal, and second favorite game honestly is the Browns. As much as I hate to say it, but I just think that divisional matchup, home dog, they have to keep it close. So
All right. I believe the first 4 games are at 1 o'clock. Bills are playing 4 o'clock in Seattle.
yeah,
No Sunday night or Monday night games for you guys this week. We haven't been very good at those, anyways.
yeah.
So, yeah. So I mean, and the worst thing about being on the favorites is when even if you hit the next week, everyone's like, "Oh, all the squares won this week," but it's like, no, like I made those picks, man. Like, give me some credit.
Exactly. That is always like a common thing for like sports better people to say. It's like, oh, you just went along with like the public, whatever, blah blah blah. But I mean, this year's showing that the public's been winning a lot, so you can't really say it's not sharp to go with some of these games. This late in the season. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, like every team we have is just a better team, but there is always going to be some curveball that happens. Like the witching hour, who fucking knows? So many
one of these
so
weeks
many wins.
One of these weeks is gonna go haywire and the public's gonna go bankrupt and like every single underdog is gonna win outright. I'm just hoping it's not this week. And looking at the games, like I'd be surprised if it was. Like I don't really see the Colts upsetting the Texans. I don't really see like the Jags beating the Packers, Seahawks over Bills. Like these games, it's possible. Like the spreads aren't huge, but like from what I've seen so far this season, it does not strike me as like a real possibility.
Yeah, I mean these lower spreads just always potentially scream like a backdoor, which is always hard to sports cap. But like you said, I just can't really see Colts beating Texans at home. Like Packers just are the better offense. Like Jags maybe can pull something out, but I just don't really see them. Like Bills, Seahawks, low spread, but it's just the Bills have been playing good. I mean, we will see come, next show. But I mean, I'm in dire need of a good, week again, to put my year to date in the positive. I've kind of been playing catch up, huge week last week, so I'm trying to keep that momentum rolling.
Yeah, you want to get ahead of the 8 ball here. We're both floating around 500, and we want to have some good weeks. I mean, if one of us has a good week, we'll both have a good week. Most likely, we could get a little weird with like some splits and stuff. Yeah, let's have a good week here for the folks. Like and subscribe. Anything else? Again, this is Thursday. We dropped Saturday at 10. Jellyman.
Yep, Saturday at 10. I did mess up last week. I just set it to the wrong day, but
it wasn't a mishap.
Exactly. Hey, I mean, we are still new to this, so
it's preseason for everyone, even the referees.
Exactly. Yeah, just a little disclaimer, if Browns drop,
we'll be on time this week. We'll be on time.
Yeah. No. I mean that I will make sure happens. But just going back to the couple games, if Browns fall below 8, I don't really love it too much, so that would be up to the viewer discretion. Same if the Bengals get up to like 3.5. I really usually hate that like hook of what comes with like a 3.5 spread. So I mean, just try to keep an eye out on the lines because we are filming this on Thursdays. So come Sunday, lines could change a little bit, but other than that, yeah, I mean, subscribe to the YouTube, follow us on our socials, and we'll catch you next week.